Good morning. This is a video on how to make your own syrup. In a time like this, I discovered that our syrup is down to this level, and we are certainly not going to go to the grocery store just to get some pancake syrup. So I want to show you something that I grew up with fixing. Because when I was a kid, I thought that bottled pancake syrup is what you got when you went to a restaurant. I'm very excited this spring because some of my husband's cousins in New York who do their own maple sugaring have promised they're going to be sending us some of their own maple syrup, and I just can't wait to taste it. But what do I do today to make a syrup so that with what I have on hand? And basically this is a very simple recipe. Please ignore my dirty drip pans. Normally I would replace them, and right now I'm not going to. And I never imagined doing a video of how to cook something like this until all of this hit. The basic recipe for how to make your own pancake syrup is to do 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. And I want to talk a little bit about that. When I was growing up, we just used plain white sugar, but I do like the color of the brown pancake syrup, and I happen to have some on hand. So what I have here is 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of white sugar, and 1/2 cup of water. As another thing with this, I had hoped to try to make this today with some monk fruit sweetener, but I couldn't find any. So I'm using what I have on hand. I've got the stove top on low, and I have stirred this together, and essentially what I'm going to do is cook this, warm this to boiling, and the sugar will dissolve, and then I will have a syrup. It's not as thick as what I would have had from that bottle, but it's also not got all the extra stuff added to it, not the additives and so forth. And one thing, just as a caution, the more sugar you consume, the harder it is for your immune system to fight infections. So I do not encourage eating a lot of sugar right now, not even stress eating, because we need our immune systems at the top of their game. However, this is our first splurge in like 2 weeks. I made some sourdough starter a week ago, and one thing that happens with sourdough starter is that as you feed it, you have to discard part of it, and I certainly don't want to waste that discard. So I made some pancakes from my sourdough discard that included 2 cups of the discard with a little flour, a little baking soda, just a touch of sugar, and an egg. So that way I wasn't wasting anything, and I really do love a syrup. And this Sunday, I decided to try some. So it's just another recipe of something you can do with what you have. Take care, and happy cooking.